Today I'm going to be working on the engine bay and all the messed up wiring pretty much. As you can see, it's very janky. The coil packs are just bolted on here. This is not the original position. So looking forward to just cleaning up the engine bay, getting it back to factory, and then getting ready pretty much just to modify it from there. I mean, I plan on making probably 350 horsepower with this engine, but I need the engine to run properly for some time until I'm ready to do all that, because I still need suspension and stuff to work on. So I'm pretty much just restoring the car to factory and then modifying it from there. I know that might sound counterintuitive, but I think all the parts I'm getting to replace on this engine bay are not going to be replaced when I upgrade it. The main thing you are is just getting a different turbo and then a like metal head gasket and head bolts. So it shouldn't be too much different. And I'm also getting a new clutch, but my clutch is fine until then. So yeah, let's get to it. First thing I'll do is start with getting rid of the shield. I don't think this is factory. I assume they just wanted to cover the coil packs from the engine or something. But I'll get rid of that. Start undoing these coil packs, get these out of here. Clean this all up and probably put my battery tray in. Let's see how I get from there. Got these unbolted, coil packs. Still gotta chase all the wiring down because there's so much different wires just coming off of them. Worst part is I guess they just like pretty much just drilled straight into the engine bay. But at some point I will get this car resprayed, so you can probably get those filled, fixed up, and look more like factory. But I'm pretty sure the battery tray should cover that, at least for now. But I do have to deal with this ground spot, I guess. There's a lot going there. Yeah, it's gonna be a while to chase all these down. I believe these two are the positives. These two red cords, and then these yellow and blue cords spliced. These yellow and blue cords spliced to the red are aftermarket. So I should be able to remove those at some point, and then just add on a battery terminal. If I could use this one or just buy a new one, probably. I don't have the factory one, so, and I don't think it matters that much what it looks like as long as it works. But it is nice not seeing these in there anymore. I don't know if they're even good or not, but pretty sure the factory ones are just fine, so I'm not really sure why they changed those. Also, all the headlight wiring on this car looks like really sketchy and like not sleeved well, but I think that might just be a Lancia thing, I'll be honest. I also bought a new air conditioning hose like cover, but I'm not sure how to put it on because I just filled this car with with refrigerant or whatever you call it, or whatever. So I don't really want to like undo all this to slide it over, so I might just like slice it and then zip tie it together because the factory zip ties it to hold it on anyways, so that should be fine. I bought extra of it though, so I can cut it now, and maybe in the future when I get the car repainted I'll have them actually put it on correctly. And then I'll get rid of this this tinfoil here. I'm not really sure what's going on there. They like glued it too. That's just disgusting. I could probably get some light sandpaper and get that off, because that's not coming off easily right there. I don't want to damage the pipe by trying to scrape it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much just remove the spark plugs and clean out the spark plug holes. A little bit of oxidation and a little bit of rust in one of these. Doesn't look too bad. Just pretty much gonna vacuum them out and probably clean it with a cloth and a screwdriver. Then put in a new spark plugs. I got new NGK spark plugs. I also need to follow, I guess, the cable that gave power to the coil packs. I assume I gotta like just shorten this and use it for the new coil packs, or I might be able to just undo the wiring here and this might actually reach it, I think. I'll look into that. Thinking that all this red wire is for headlight. So I might just have to leave it in because that's something I don't want to have to tackle considering it works. And that might be what this this does, because I think these are the rest of the wires. I'm hoping that this isn't a part of it, because I want to get rid of this very badly, but it might just have to stay for now until I get a proper harness, I guess, because this just goes straight into the headlight. I'm not sure how it is from factory, but that looks a little sus. So the first probably good thing I've come across is that the wires for the coil packs are still intact. They just had their own wires and built plugs that connected to these instead of splicing these and adding their wires, which I thought they would probably do. So that's good. I can plug up the coil packs really well. So I took off the cam cover and I'm currently stripping it, gonna repaint it, and I figured I'd go ahead and do the same to the strut bar, at least just remove the adhesive. I got some Tarex here with a mixture of this paint scraper. It just kind of comes off very easily. So that should clean up really nicely. So I got almost all the adhesive off. Used the rest of the Tarex and then used like a little bit of a buffing drill bit attachment for my drill. Turned out pretty nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it with a coat of metal coat and see how it turns out. Here's what I'm gonna be using. Hopefully it looks pretty good on the strut bar. I think it should be. So it's by no means perfect, but it looks a lot better than what it originally did with the adhesive and sticker on there. I'm not really sure what that is, but every Lancia I've seen has had it. I've only seen one or two that they actually polish it off. Doesn't really show up too well on camera, but there's still some imperfections. It's gonna look a lot better in the engine bay though. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So it's been a couple days. I just got back from Smokey's GT. If any of you guys know what that is, it's a pretty fun trip with a bunch of GT Porsche cars in the Smoky Mountains. But I'm back now, ready to work on the Lancia some more. Picked up my jack, lifted up the car, got off the wheel, so I can remove the fender liner and get to the rest of the cam gear assembly. And I don't know why, but the front studs are like significantly longer than those of the rear. So probably gonna have to get new studs at some point to match, because I don't like the idea that they're different. And also it's got different nuts in the front than the back. So not really sure how to remove these. I'm used to like the stud conversion on my E46 where you can use an Allen key to twist them on. I assume you just have to grip these and rip them off. But we will see that when the time comes. These shocks are just seeing better days. But should be able to just remove that fender liner and finally get this cover off and just put all those belts and stuff I have lying around. To get it off, I had to loosen the tensioner pulley. It's pretty much just loosen this, I think it was like an 8mm Allen bolt. And then these two 13mm bolts. It was a little tough. I went to the Home Depot and just bought this like extended 13-inch thin open-end wrench. Kind of made it a little bit easier, but got it off now. Got some cracking in it. It's not awful. It's got some cracking in it. Definitely need to be replaced. Okay, I got new ones over there. Probably gonna work on getting the cam belt off and see how that goes. I'm not sure when I last updated you guys, but it's been a while. I'm trying to, I don't know when the last time I updated you guys was, but it's been a while. So I got the serpentine belt. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that, but I'm stuck on this little bracket because I need to remove this bracket to get both these timing belts off. But I can't seem to get it off. The good thing is I just found one small bolt hidden. Probably can't see it because I don't have a light charged right now, but it's right up here. And it's on this plastic little shield, this little piece. So I'm hoping that is also attached to this metal bracket and releases it. And I should be able to, you know, finish the rest of the cam bolt stuff tonight. And then put the water pump hose back on so I'm not just dripping coolant all night, because I don't really have a big coolant tray at this house. So another update, the bolt I was talking about earlier, it did not remove that shield, so I'm just putting the bolt back in so I don't drop any more coolant. I believe I actually can snake the belt around the bracket without removing the bracket, so I'm gonna try that. But I'm obviously struggling with this bolt here because I got 3 out of 4 bolts and stripped the last one, so gotta try and figure out how to get that out. That auxiliary, I guess, pulley that's connected to the crank pulley, so that's gonna be a pain, I assume. Hopefully I can get that out so I can get the things going, because it's actually not too much more work to do. I just have to, you know, remove 2 tensioners and put new ones in and then put the belts on. So it's like, it's pretty simple actually, if I could just get that bolt out. But I also finished the cam cover that I also finished the camshaft cover I also finished the camshaft cover. Looks really good, sanding down the little metal bit, whatever you call that. I know I showed this earlier too, but really happy with how it turned out. Probably gonna throw on the new gasket and put that on the car right now, just so at least I feel like I got something accomplished, since I'm stuck on this bolt and pretty much just ordered like different various hex head extraction things to hopefully help me get that out. I'm not really sure if it's going to get out because it is really torqued on. It's probably going to be a pain. I don't really know how to go about fixing that, but you know, I'm just going to have to keep trying at it. Really work on the belts because I still can't get the bolt out. I figured I'd just go ahead and do the windshield wiper motor. It's a little bit of a small space, but I was able to get the old one out. Got the new replacement right here. Hopefully it works better. I'm not sure if it was the issue or something else due to wiring, but the wiper blades would only work on the fastest speed and they wouldn't stop. I'd have to like time it to be at the bottom of the windshield. So hopefully this fixes it because that was a little annoying. So we got the cam cover on. I'm just figuring out all the bolts because there's 3 different bolt sizes. It looks like certain holes only take the long bolts, so I'm just trying to eliminate every hole for that first and then get along. But that red really pops. It looks so much better than the old faded one. It's coming along nicely. I also got my cat over here because it kept yelling at me to come in the garage, so I guess it's just taking over the seat for now. But pretty happy with how it's turned out. I'm just working on the AC compressor right now. I took off the clutch, pretty much sanded it down, got rid of all the dirt and grime, and it feels a lot smoother now. I was having some issues where it seemed like it was like kind of stalling when on startup when it was cold. But getting ready to replace the belt right now. This one's pretty cracked and destroyed. I mean, this needed to be changed bad. AC was actually ran pretty well. Got decently cold after I filled it up with some whatever R134, whatever's in here. But should be simple to put that back on. You just got to remove this little tensioner. This bearing seems a little squeaky, but I think it's fine for now. I'll probably replace it once I pull the engine. Got the AC belt all back together. I'm probably just going to go ahead and tighten up everything on the top of the engine bay and put the strut bar in because I don't think I need to access anything else. I'm just pretty much waiting for some extractor bits to get out the bolt I said I stripped, but it's coming together pretty nicely. I got the factory, whatever this is, angled inlet for the intake because it had all this part but it didn't have this part because it had a this aftermarket intake on here, which is, I don't really like the way this is designed. Also, it's just very dirty. I mean, I just liked it because it has carbon fiber, but just got a random K&N filter that popped onto here. So that's probably fine for now. I will probably eventually get the stock airbox, but they're like 500 bucks, and I don't think that's worth it right now. I'd rather spend the money on something else. But this is slowly coming together. Not sure where I left off last, but I'm gonna go ahead and put new spark plugs in, get that all and tidied up. I pretty much put together the rest of the engine bay, except for obviously the stuff I'm still working on over there. But this side should be good once I get the intake pipe in. I have another one coming, but I'm just gonna put what was on there for now because I want to try and probably drive this car, or at least move it in my garage the next couple days. So I finally got the auxiliary pulley bolt out by cutting the head off, and it actually came out really easily. The head was pretty much fused to the pulley, so I had to actually chisel the head off once I cut it off, but I was able to release the bolt by hand, so it wasn't too bad once I just bought a Milwaukee cutoff wheel. It's pretty nice. But got all the belt off. I'm gonna go ahead and I think replace some of the bearings. I have some new bearings to put on, but trying to figure out how to remove this one because it's like I can't hold it really with the belt and remove it. It's a little tough, but probably find a way to get it off. I also have, I don't even know what this bearing is for. It's a small little bearing. I do have a new roller pulley thing, so should be good. It's coming together really nicely. I don't think I have much more to do once I get this all back together. Should be pretty straightforward though. It is a little tight to get this belt around this little shield, but apparently it's possible. I mean, I removed the stock one. It was just a lot of squeezing, but it's better than removing the water pump and getting this off, so I'll stick to squeezing it. Go ahead and show you this is the old belt. Assuming those are like indentation on the teeth. It's pretty worn. New one, you don't have that indentation in the center. And, I got new belts for everything else too. It's a new one. The old one was a little rough. This like auxiliary belt was pretty rough, but should be running really smoothly, I feel like, after I do all this. So I don't know how much I really have in this video, but I've been working on this car for about a week. It's kind of been a pain in the ass, but it's slowly coming together. I cleaned off this little cover because it's $800 for a new one, so I'll live with it being a little worn out because it doesn't look that bad once I clean it up. Got the cam cover painted. That looks pretty decent. This one I'm not going to do probably till I pull the engine. I'm probably going to go ahead and just send this out to get powder coated with this once I pull the engine, because this is good, but it's not perfect. And might as well just get it perfect once if I'm sending out this anyways. I need to build a bracket for my ignition coils. That's one thing I need to do. I kind of have like a makeshift one, but it's not very good. Probably gonna have a shop CNC one or do something, because I can't find this piece at all. It doesn't exist online. It's not something people really take off their cars. So I don't know why the previous owner put aftermarket injection coils on the car, but you know, to each his own. Obviously I have the accessory pulley, just not on the car yet, because I'm still waiting on I'm waiting on the set of 4 bolts for the auxiliary pulley that attaches to the crank pulley. So once I get that, I can just put all the belts back on. Actually, since this is a little pain in the butt to snake around, I went ahead and did that now, because you can actually get this belt around this shield. I think I was in this video trying to get this shield off, and it was just, you know, dripping all my coolant off, because you have to unbolt part of the, I guess, water pump, and it's just kind of a pain. And I couldn't get the shield off with the clearance I had because the bolt didn't have enough room to pull off of the shield to get the shield off. So luckily you're able to just snake it around the shield. It's a little tough. I ended up cutting the old one after I loosened the tensioner because it just wasn't coming off. But the new one, I could get it off because I could angle it a little bit better. I guess I got all the cables like in the correct position now. This was pretty much the factory, like the negative terminal that was in the back, and this is just the head just was able to screw on. I was actually worked out nicely that I had to buy new little connectors. I actually tried out the battery. It's a small little 12-volt thing, but a guy I've been talking to said it's perfect for the car. Who knows? Hopefully it's good. Tested it out. I got my wipers working. That was a pain in the butt because the new one I ordered, new wiper motor I ordered, was actually damaged. The magnets inside were completely shattered, so I didn't notice that, and it was too late pretty much to say anything because it's been like a month since I got the box. So I was able to like just blowtorch the factory motor and get the magnets off and just JB weld the magnets back in the new one. And I don't know. I never want to do a wiper motor in my car again after that experience, but it's working now, so that's what matters. I also, I think I did the window regulator in that one, and I got the right connectors, and that all works. So everything I needed to test of the battery works out. I just need to get the there's two, I guess, bearings I need to get pressed in because I didn't want to do it with like a C-clamp in the socket. I'd rather just go to a shop and have them do it for like 20 bucks. So I'm sure that's all they're going to charge. I just got to find a shop that wants to do it because I don't really know any local shops. But that's pretty much the update. I got another shipment of parts coming probably soon, which addresses my inconsistent boost, which is pretty much just half of the stock. Pretty much just slowly getting back to stock. Because apparently whatever the Japanese man that previously owned my car just didn't know what he was doing and just put worse parts on that didn't do anything, like a $100 boost controller that I found online. So don't know why he put that on this car, but slowly come together. Hopefully I'll get a video out next couple weeks addressing the rest of it, buttoning it back up, and hopefully driving it soon. I'd like to do a little driving video of it after I did all this work to it. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys.